and welcome to the show. Today we are talking to Giolitti, who you Italians know is your Prime Minister. Giolitti, please do tell us about yourself, your background and your life.
Oh, well, of course, I'm university educated. I was elected to Parliament in 1882 and quickly became Prime Minister. I was Prime Minister from 1892 to 93, but resigned over a banking scandal which we won't mention. Then 1903 to 14, I dominated Italian politics.
Giolitti, how difficult was it becoming Prime Minister when you did?
Well, I faced a lot of opposition, and the time that I became Prime Minister, you know, Italy hadn't been a country for that long, and I think there was a lot of pressure on me to really develop the state and make it one of Europe's powers that Cavour had always dreamed of. And I was undermined by, you know, the far left and the far right in politics. But I think that all in all, the reforms that I made helped the economy to really get back on its feet.
Well, I was going to say that, you know. We didn't get any, well, the economy, that means nothing. We want
it doesn't
to inspire the masses.
Real wages rose by 25%.
Everyone's just bourgeoisie, who cares about that? We all want nationalism, we want imperialism.
Well, I think quite a lot of people care about it, considering the amount of people who joined it and like managed to stop the threat of socialism.
But did we gain any countries? Did we build an empire? See, our
we
slogan.
strived to build an empire.
What's Libya?
Yeah, what is Libya?
It was an example of how the fragmentation and lack of support for
That's not
Jews.
real nationalism, that's not real
But what
imperialism.
could Libya have contributed? What does Libya bring to the table?
Nothing.
Libya brings.
As much as you bring.
Our country is nothing about conquest.
Yeah, so we tried conquest.
With us here today we have Miranda, who is a socialist. Miranda, what do you think of arguably Giolitti's very socialist approach?
I quite liked his socialist reforms at the beginning, however I still think we need to fight for the rights of the working class.
Well, the problem I have with that is there are actually quite a lot of people who would be extremely unhappy with such reforms, and I think there'd be a lot of unrest with the more middle classes and maybe a lack of incentive to work hard. So, you know, I can't please everyone.
The important factor in society today is our strong Catholic feeling. And Samantha here is a Catholic and an expert on Catholicism as a whole. So I'm now going to refer to Samantha.
Well, I'm always going to see the Pope as the true leader, as he told us never to support a unified Italy, and that's what Giolitti wants at the end of the day, for all of us to be together as one, and
Why?
I don't think that's right.
But why is that not right?
They took away the Pope's area, and he's only got the Vatican City.
What's wrong with just the Vatican City?
I think he used to have the Papal States, and that was his land, and I wasn't happy that he had all that removed, and he told us not to support it, and he is.
So essentially,
He was elected by God, so
Well,
I'm going to support what God wants rather
Are you
than
so
what
you're supporting a dictator?
I'm
essentially?
supporting what God wants, and if that's what God wants, I'll go for it.
How do you know it's what God wants?
He's Pope.
How do you know that he's not an imposter?
As you can see, through extending the franchise, uniting Parliament, establishing social insurance and pension schemes, reforming and regulating female and child labour, I managed to gain some support and stability, but overall it seems that many groups fragmented throughout Italy, and perhaps it is evident that unification should never have
Thank
happened.
you, Giolitti, and thank you to my wonderful panel. I hope you all have a lovely evening. Tune in again next week.